Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner, and this is an edition of Car Conversations on JLeesCorner. Okay, I hope everybody is having a great hump day. It is Wednesday. But y'all see the title of this video, and I wanted to clear the air on some things regarding our interview last night with Heavenly on our panel, the ladies first panel, okay? Because I'm all about transparency, okay? And when we see something, we can call a thing a thing. But first things first, if you have not done so already, take a moment to subscribe to my channel, to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Y'all know to like, to comment, to share, to subscribe, and all that goodness and whatever. Also, do not forget to follow me on social media at J_LeesCorner. Also, you can follow the Ladies First panel as well on our IG page at Ladies First panel. Okay, so let's just get on into it. I don't want to, hold y'all too long. So, y'all know how our panel goes, okay? We have a format that we always do. That's the panel. We have just recently started interviewing people on separate days or whatever. We have interviews on other days. We have our panel on Thursdays, and sometimes on our panel, we will have a special guest, okay? Either way it go, our format is kind of the same, either way. When we book somebody, whether it's via DM, via email, or via text, or whichever way we go about doing it, we at least explain to them what our panel is. We play some games, we do Marry for a Kill, some other little stuff or whatever. We have a little fun part, and then we get into the interview, okay? Because that's how we like to do things. That's what we have always done. When we booked Heavenly, Bondi explained to her before yesterday, we played some games, Marry for a Kill, this, that, and that, and then we'll ask the questions. So that was already explained. So we see people in the comment section since the interview aired last night, and even people was commenting while we were on, who felt like it was some cringeworthy moments, how Heavenly did not seem, all the way there, whatever, how some of us were quiet. There was reasons for a whole bunch of that, okay? But none of that comes into, we should learn our guests, or, we should be prepared. All the bullshit in the comments, I'm like, let me explain some things. We were fully prepared, okay? Bondi created a whole show to hopefully get Heavenly to talk while playing these games. The point of the games is to get the person talking without asking them to talk about something. Because as y'all see with any of our shows, when playing these games, conversations happen. Okay? You can put it to this and to that. Okay? That was the point of the games. Now, Heavenly came on. She was tired. She came on, but backstage, she just got off work. She hadn't ate yet. She was eating. So, yeah, she had a whole plate of food, which was funny. Whatever. We can't control how the guest comes off on camera. All we know is she told us she had a good time. Even though during the live, it seemed like she wasn't having a good time. As far as we were told by Heavenly herself, she had fun. Okay? Now, beside the shit, do we as a panel realize, okay, maybe it was too much? Yes. However, that don't mean that we weren't prepared for the show. We're fully prepared for the show. So we've had 23 shows, we had 3 interviews, 24 panels. What we have works. So to see people in the comment section trying to make it seem as, oh my God, that was horrible. Oh my God, I can't believe this, I can't believe that. Why would y'all take a whole hour, playing games? That's usually what we do. We take time playing games, but in between the games, questions are coming up, conversations are happening. The point of the game is to loosen the guests up to be a little bit more loose once we get to the questions. That's the point of the games. And anyone who either is new to the panel, who haven't watched us before, and assume we would just like fuck over the whole interview. It's like, no. But at the same time, yes, we did say to ourselves, okay, we should have scaled back. And I say we because we are a collective. Okay? Period. We are the panel. Okay? And we still have fun. And as far as the reasons why, you know, we all weren't talking as much, Bonnie talked a little bit more than we did was because there was sound issues. When Heavenly would talk with her connection, we couldn't hear her while we were talking. So like, even if I'm talking a little bit too much, or whoever talking a little bit too much, which sometimes happens, I talk a lot, but we couldn't all talk as much to make sure that Heavenly was heard. Because if she starts talking, but we're talking, you can't hear her. And usually, if we all talk at the same time, you can hear us. It might be a little bit conjumbled. So we all knowingly, you know, we're going to wait and, you know, give time in between each comment in case Heavenly wants to say something. So people with these comments who feel like they can produce our fucking show or can critique our fucking show, it's like, no. Because y'all had no idea what was happening behind the scenes. Period. Okay? Period. So, sometimes you see, if you've been watching us for a while, you know how we do stuff. So, we didn't surprise anybody with anything. It's not as if Heavenly came on, we hadn't prepped her, we told her. She just wasn't receptive to it. She was tired, and she said she was a little bit older. And I seen someone bring up, well, you know, she don't even know who the people were in the fashions. It don't matter. You don't have to know someone to see their clothes. You know? Heavenly was the best dressed at the reunion. So why not talk fashion, since that has been a topic of conversation with her on her own show? And something other, and besides that, typically, you know, Heavenly does YouTube. She has her own YouTube channel. So we never thought she would not be receptive to having fun, because she has fun on her own channel. So I don't want anyone watching Bonnie's, the channel on Bonnie's channel, the Ule's first interview. I don't want anyone watching it because it's on Bonnie's channel. Make sure to go watch it. I don't want anyone watching it and assuming we did something wrong, because we did not do anything wrong. We prepared a show. Now, if the person who was on the show just wasn't receptive to it, that's fine too. It's a learning lesson for us all. But don't think for 1 second that y'all are saying anything that we have already said. Because y'all should know, because y'all watch the panel. You know? So, it was like, we understood stuff. You know, it didn't flow as well. But we couldn't talk as often. We couldn't have a conversation as often. Because, again, we did not want Heavenly's mic to not let her be heard. So, we had to kind of play the background role. However, I think somebody else said, well, I didn't care to hear, you know, y'all responses to Marry, Fuck, Kill. We all on the panel. It's supposed to be a conversation. But again, y'all need to be, when I say y'all, I don't mean, you know, I'm just saying, based on the comments I've seen, based on the conversations me and the ladies have had, do not think we did not see what y'all saw. However, it's a live show. We prepared a live show. We were amped. We were very happy to have Heavenly on. Do we think it went well? We do. Could it have been better? Yes. But we wouldn't have known that unless we did the actual show. We could have had, so if we would have had no games in our questions, she may not have been as receptive to things. We were trying to get her opened up. But again, each guest is different. And we do, you know, produce based on what we want to get out of them. We were trying to get conversation out of Heavenly the whole time. So anyone feeling as if, oh, it's too long, you know, too many games, well, oh well. It was what it was. I don't know what anyone thought she was going to come and give. Like, Heavenly has her own YouTube channel. She's not going to come on our panel and spill tea that she has not spilled on her own channel. She's not going to come on our channel and talk about anything she had already talked about with other people. She did an interview with Funky That Diva on Sunday night after the reunion. So what more did y'all think she was going to come and do on our panel? It was supposed to be fun having her on. That was the point. It was a fun interview. We're not journalists. Okay? And when the person has already, talked about the stuff on their own channel 2 days prior, we have to do something different than what they've already done. That was the point of our panel. So if y'all don't follow heavily and y'all did not know, she had already did an interview on Sunday night on her own page, on her own YouTube channel. That's on y'all. But we couldn't sit up there and ask her the same shit over and over, because again, she's already answered that stuff. So we attempted to have her on for a fun interview to get other conversations out of her via the games, for fashion stuff. For the Bondi created a whole dental panel thing to have the dentists, talk about the teeth of famous folk. That could have been a whole conversation. Some interviews are not about spilling tea and who can get the best, secrets out. It's like not with another YouTuber. Heavily is also a YouTuber because she has a successful YouTube channel. She does. She does her own reviews of her own show. She does. She spills shit on her own channel. She does. So we could not ask her the typical gossipy type of shit because she had already discussed all of that already. So we had to pivot to make it still be an interesting interview. Not maybe heavily assumed. We would just strictly answer only, one questions like that ain't how we do stuff. But everyone knows that based on our panel. Okay? So, not that we are frustrated, not that we are upset, not that we have any ill will, not that we feel any kind of bad way about last night. However, I wanted to make sure I commented so people can know, don't think for 1 second that we were not prepared. Okay? We were ready. We were amped, happy, or whatever. But unfortunately, there was some cringy moments. We can acknowledge that. Unfortunately, Heavily didn't really fully open up until the question part towards the end. But like when she came on camera, she had just got home from work. She was eating some food. She was tired. We seen her yawning. You know what I'm saying? Because it's late at night. She's older. We get all of that. But again, none of that is anything that we could have predicted before going live with her. Because again, we always do the same thing with our people, our guests. Even if we change up the game stuff a little bit, we tried something different with Heavily. And it didn't work, but it did work. Because it was a teachable moment. Period. But we did great. We had to pivot. We do a live show every week. We produce our own show every week. And true fans of the Ule First Panel, or fans of me, Bondi, Niecy, and Jamie, y'all know how we do. And we know that it's people who like to critique us, who don't have their own. It's like, you don't even have your own channel, but y'all up here writing fucking paragraphs, on somebody else's channel, trying to tell them how to do what you can't even do. That's what's aggravating a little bit. Because y'all don't know how that may affect somebody else who may feel like, well, damn, I should quit YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't do that, and y'all do that to all kind of people. That ain't right. It's one thing to me, that was kind of cringy, but we don't need fucking paragraphs of help. We don't need that at all. Bondi been in this for 10 years, over 10 years. I've been in it for 4. Niece and James, we are in this thing. Okay, we created our panel. Okay, we produce our shit, and we give good content. So leave it at that. We love everybody who supports us, and we are not against criticism. We are not against criticism at all. But before you go criticizing, maybe think, well, damn, they usually do so great. I wonder what happened. Before y'all go, y'all wasn't prepared. Why y'all play games? Why was it so long? Why wasn't they talking? Or why were they talking? It was like, how the fuck y'all say, why was we talking? And then we should have not been talking. I'm like, what the fuck are you? What's going on? I don't know. But we had a good time. And after each panel we do, we have our production meeting about good, bad, or whatever. And we had one last night. And we all said, okay, that was a little cringy. We get it. But we also felt like Heavenly was tired. But don't think for 1 second that we didn't try to make her aware of what we were going to do. Before we go live, we go over the show with the person. Now, I'm going to leave it at that. And Heavenly again told us, backstage and, you know, after the fact, that she had a good time. So that's what matters. Now, maybe she can watch our live back and realize she didn't seem like she had that good of a time. I don't know. You know, I don't know if she gonna do that. Because watching it back for us was different too. So she may not know how she came off on camera. I don't know. But don't y'all come in our comment section with that bullshit. Okay? Trust and believe we try to make our show the best to entertain. And if y'all seen the interview with Cree and with Schoolboy, we still had games and shit. We just had more stuff for Heavenly because she was, quote unquote, a bigger guest from a more popular show who more people may have knew than who knew Schoolboy, who knew Cree, because Cree was a first season for Growing Up Hip Hop. So we tried to go the extra mile for Heavenly, and that didn't work. That don't mean that she didn't deserve us trying to do the most. She just did not want to do the most. But the next person may want to do the most, or we may try to edit things so that we're not doing the most all the time. But just know, we're at the panel. We are the Ooh Ladies First Panel, point blank period. We will be back for season 2 on July 5th. We are not live this Thursday because the Versus battle is this Thursday. Also, it's a holiday, so we're going to move my show until next Thursday, and that, you know, will be good. I will be live after the Versus as well, but again, I wanted to come on to kind of freestyle up my thoughts on traffic based on last night's show. Again, we had a good time, you know, we did, but we can also you know, to say it could have been better. But live shows are all about trial and error. Live shows is all things that you learn from, you edit from, you grow from. So before y'all go and try to, you know, tear shit down in the comment section based on how y'all think things should go, when y'all don't do no live shows and y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? Pause for a minute and say, you know, maybe I should leave my comments and my advice, you know, until, you know, I fully think about what really happened. You know, think about the behind the scenes shit. Think about, you know, if we, you know, if y'all think we really be having folks on and we don't tell them how we do things, and y'all are foolish. Okay? Y'all are foolish, because we did. And I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm at work now. But thank y'all all for watching. We love you all. We would love to see y'all on our season 2 panels as well as all of our own shows. So, yeah, peace, love, and blessings. Until next time, peace.